There's a special feel in this room today, and I think it's because we've allowed our hearts to be that broadcasting center. And I was running the other day on the path, and I said, what do I need to know? It was one of those days, you know. What do I need to know? And it said, realize that you have a broadcasting center right where you're at. And anything that you need or require, it is right here and there. So I say yes to that. So I want to start out with a quote that has just been, wow, I don't want to use the word haunting because that's scary. It's more just bathing in this energy of this quote. And it's from a Greek poet, and I'm just going to slaughter his name, but it's Dinos Christianopoulos. But if I say it like that, it sounds like I know what I'm saying, right? So it was a Greek poet, and it's a very few words, but I want us to take it in because I want this to be the driving force of this message from my heart to your hearts today. And it goes like this. They tried to bury us. They didn't know we were seeds. They tried to bury us. They didn't know we were seeds. So since I don't like to redo everybody's their quotes, I want you to now remove the word they so that you don't get all caught in that. They, who's they? I've done that before in a quote. I go, they, who do you mean they? What theys? You know, I don't mean that at all. Just listen to the quote without attaching anything to they. They tried to bury us. They didn't know we were seeds. Oh, I don't know about you, but there's something so powerful about the idea. And it's not anybody trying to bury us because we usually do a pretty good job of that on our own. I'm just saying, could be. Thank you, Bill, for nodding your head yes. So then I know I'm with something happening here. And it just has been, I have been exploring it all week. What does that mean? Someone said the other day to me, they said, you know, I feel like sometimes I suppress my passion. I suppress the things that I want to say. I suppress the things I want to do. I let all of these things in. I'm just suppressing. And I said, we're all these glorious seeds. And even when we're in, where do we grow? We grow in that darkness sometimes, yeah? There's this darkness going on, and we still have the ability to know that we can handle anything that is in front of us. That's not always an easy thing to feel, that I can handle anything, because we are these seeds of life that cannot be extinguished, ever. And this is Black History Month. I don't want to forget that. It just started yesterday, I believe. No, a couple days first. And that really hit me this morning when I was thinking about the idea of still blooming no matter how dark it gets. I'm in some kind of a zone over here. So I thought of that, and I thought, what better... See, history doesn't do us any good if we keep repeating it. History doesn't do me... I wrote a whole book on my history. And it did me a lot of good, and it's done a lot of other people good too, to be able to be an example for other people. And I can't think of any better example than the African American population that said, you can bury, they tried to bury us, they didn't know we were seeds. They didn't know we were seeds. Even just imagine, and this isn't, we inspire her, but just take a moment to jump in some other people's shoes. Can you imagine if you're taken away from your home and then you are brought somewhere scared, and then you have a continuous dehumanization process that makes you feel worse than when you were taken away? Oh, we talked that. But let's go to the good part. The good part that says, I am resilient. You can do whatever you want, but you cannot take away who I am. And we will sing through it. We will sing our hymns through it. We will love through it. We will have our children through this. And then time goes on and it's still there. Oh my goodness, what are they going to do? Nothing. They're going to keep blooming. They're going to keep saying, I am here. I am here. I am love. You cannot destroy love. And I'm just using one group of people. We've all shared it. I'm an immigrant. Irish. And the reason I know it because I've had a few beers in my life. Few. I remember Feren, it's muck Feren. Had to get rid of muck Feren. Get rid of the muck. And just be the Feren. We all can do this. This isn't about getting together so we can share our victimization. We come here to be awake. I said the other day, I said, we're not creating a family, an ohana here to come here and go, I can't wait to push the Zoom when I get to CSL Kaua'i. I'm just going to Zoom. You know, not Zoom. What am I thinking of? Snooze! Damn, that would have been a good one if I had said it right. I'm going to tell you. We are not creating a snooze alarm here at CSL Kaua'i. Too many Zoom meetings, just to FYI. All the sessions on Zoom. But that's right. This isn't a time to just go, it's time to wake up. Yeah. We can balance this out. But to keep pushing the snooze button and saying that, oh, I don't know, if we can just snooze long enough, it'll go away. We ain't going anywhere. We're here. We have examples of what it is like to have years and years and years and years of suffering. Viktor Frankl tells us they could take away everything in the concentration camps. They could take everything away, but you cannot take away my mind and you cannot take away my imagination. Because even if I'm being tortured, I got a mind, man, that says I'm on the dance floor listening to Jeremy and Amy right now. And when I get out of here, I'm going over there and I'm going to go dancing. We're not here to take away the joy of anything. We're not taking away the joy of anything. I was thinking a lot also about trust. And I said last week, just very, very subtle, that it has been hard for me to trust my world. It's been hard for me, difficult, I should say. But I was thinking of another thing about trust, and I found this. It said we cannot trust the programmed self, and yet we can trust the infinite mind that is us. I think what we're doing sometimes, what I'm doing sometimes is I'm trying to trust something that's been programmed. So there's even a part of me, I remember the inner child work that I do a lot of, and in my deep meditation, I asked that part of myself. I said, who don't you trust? And I knew my inner child would go, Mom, Dad, Danny, I had a whole, the priest, and gently within my meditation, who don't you trust, little man? Tell me. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. And it wasn't said with a screaming tantrum. It was, you sometimes say things and you don't always follow up with your word. And as we parent ourselves, which I think is a fabulous thing to do because we can do it even better, I hope, that we can even do it better than what was given to us. My third part of this wonderful seed, think of who we are. We're in that dirt and we need that gestation period. to let it iron out some things. That what do I really believe? Not what was I programmed to believe? What did they tell me to believe? What did my wife tell me? What do I believe at the very heart of who I am? Now, I know you're going to find this hard to believe because of my macho exterior. But I've been really searching out this mystic that I believe might be one of my guides. We were talking about guides. Do you work with guides, Patrick? I go, not really. I work with intuition, which I believe is that seed that always has pure potentiality in it. But it was our wonderful Bruce Lee. What an incredible spiritual being. And I just got fixated. So then I started chopping things all around the house. I'm kidding on that one. But I did find out he talked a lot about power. And he said what power was. And he was talking about how the power that one guy even one time put his fist through and it went through his body. Because he was his frequency was so high that all he was energy, and he wasn't trying to force anything. And this was what his quote was. True power is not the ability to break things. By the way, let's repeat that just for fun. True power is not the ability to break things. True power is the ability to bend without breaking. See if we pause and let something land. True power is not the ability to break things, to show you how tough I am. True power is the ability to bend, to adjust without breaking. This is a wondrous time in our lives. Wondrous. We have one job to do, and I think we all have that job. We're here to inspire people. The movie on Friday said, what's your success? Our point of focus in our company is not to point out what's wrong, but to point and nurture what's right. And that's what I know for us, that we can continue to grow like that seed. Then we can see what is right so we can let that grow. If I spend all my time on what isn't happening and what isn't going right, I will never be able to nurture this garden that I'm looking at right now, this beautiful garden, to nurture this beautiful garden. But if I keep knowing, walking on eggshells, being afraid, what's the next? What is that political? Did that hurt your feelings? Did that? No. Let's nurture one another. So I will end with Marianne Williamson. And I know some of you are fans of Marianne Williamson. Do you feel that seed? Oh, these are great times, my friends. Trust yourself. Trust your heart. Trust your life. We're not here on accident. We didn't just go, oh, what happened? Where are we at? Well, sometimes I feel that way, but she says, in every community, there is work to be done. In every community, there's work to be done. In every nation, there are wounds to heal. In every heart, there is the power to do it. In every community, everywhere, not just here, there is work to be done. In every nation, there are wounds to heal. Let us not be afraid to allow our wounds to be healed, to stop projecting our wounds out, and to take our wounds and say, you are loved, you are nurtured, you are free. And in every heart, this beautiful heart, there is the power to do it. Let me remind you today, if you don't remember anything else, you have that power. You always have. And it has nothing to do with force. It has everything to do with self-love. Namaste.